Trust issues. Hot topic today. Trust issues. We all got them. If you say you don't, you're lying to yourself. We all got trust issues. We all have been through something to where our trust has been tainted. We don't know how to trust or who to trust no more. We didn't have. It could be something as simple as when you was 7 years old and your best friend say they give you a quarter to go get what was them things? Get you some gum out the little machine. I'll give you a quarter to get you some gum. Turn around and they spent 50 cents on getting some Micanites or something like that. Like now you gain trust issues. You know what I'm saying? Like something so small can traumatize you like for life. Right? Something so small. But we all have trust issues. So bring me to the first one. What is the cause of a trust issues? And it's simple. It's a simple phrase. It's the things that we control and the things we can't control. You can't control what your friend or family member or anybody will do if you ask them to do something or they just don't do it. Our trust issues also come from ourselves, from the things we can't control, is when we know it's a bad situation. When we know we're not supposed to be eating them cookies and we told ourselves we're not, and we know that we were supposed to do something, we had a deadline and we were supposed to do it and we didn't do it. Now we don't trust ourselves. So if we don't trust ourselves, how can we trust anybody else? Right? So it's a mixture. I think the hardest thing is because you can fix, right? You can fix your things you can't control. Like things you say, hey, yeah, I'm gonna go work out at this time and I don't work out. You can fix that. That is fixable. But I think the hardest thing is when um, it's what you can't control. What you can't control. Like you can't control how you gain trust issues with other people. What I mean by that is, as a kid, I gained trust issues with friends and like let's just say friends because my father friends didn't do him right. Right? They didn't do him right. Right? They violated his trust and it cost them. Right? So I gained trust issues from that. I gained trust issues from watching my mom and her friend not do something and she was gonna say to my mom and then my mom feel it or her you know what I'm saying? Like I gained trust issues from those without even knowing it. Like I can't control that. But I can control how I trust myself and how I make sure I'm doing everything that I'm telling myself I would do. Right? Now, I'm gonna tell you the signs that you got trust issues. And we be thinking this is normal and it's not a big thing. It's not a big it's very much a big deal. Signs you got trust issues. Overthink. You overthink. You overthink in every situation because you want to make it the best situation possible. Like you don't trust yourself. You don't trust yourself. Why are you overthinking it? If you trust yourself and you trust with whatever product you put out, you trust whatever thing you do in life, why are you overthinking it? Why are you overthinking the friendship in that situation with that friend? If you go out with that friend, what's gonna happen? All right, I got 10 different scenarios. I'm telling you, I'm from it. Like I still do it to this day. I'm not saying I've overcame trust issues. No, I just understand that I have trust issues, so I don't put myself in situations where those triggers come, and I have to overthink. And I have, you know what I'm saying? Like I know myself enough to where I don't put myself in situations where I have to overthink and gain trust issues. Right? Another thing I wrote it down because I really want y'all to get this one. You don't want to be vulnerable because you feel like somebody go run and tell or they go right. But you have to open up. You have to be vulnerable because you can't hold everything inside. If you do, you're going to crash and burn. I'm telling you, you're going to crash and burn. And it's not going to be pretty. You're going to hurt the people around you. The the people who actually love you and the people who you should be trusting, but you don't because you don't know, right? You don't know who to be vulnerable with because you don't know who to trust. It's a simple fix. How about you just stop surrounding yourself with people you don't? Stop doing it. Loved ones, friends, significant others, peers, teammates. Like, stop surrounding yourself with people you have to overthink with. You like that's a simple fix. Just remove yourself. Remove yourself. Simple. Last one. How to overcome trust issues. You got trust issues because you don't trust yourself. Right? I know some of us, and I got a rebuttal to that because I know how some people be thinking. Well, you never know what people are going to do. You don't. And that's not for you to worry about. If you know that already, why are you, you know what I'm saying? Like, why, if you know people go do whatever they want to do in the end, why even stress yourself over it? Right? Well, first thing you have to do is trust yourself. You have to trust yourself. You have to build rapport with yourself. It's hard. How can you trust anybody else in this world if you can't trust yourself? How? You don't live up to everything you say you go do. You don't do everything you say you go do. You don't do it when you say you go do. So why would you expect somebody else to do it when they say they go do it for you? Like that doesn't make sense. You think you worthy of that and you're not even doing it for yourself? How are you going to create your own self-wealth from somebody else's perspective and not from your own? You're not building it up yourself. So don't expect nobody to treat you a certain way or move a certain way for you if you're not moving a certain way and treating yourself a certain way for yourself. It doesn't make sense. That's not how the world works. And that's how a lot of us think, and that's backwards. Nothing's handed to us. So you have to learn to trust yourself. Start doing everything that you say you're going to do, man. Write it down. This is the best thing invented. A whiteboard. One of these. Write down whatever it is that you want to do that day and do it. Do it. Right? If you miss one thing, cool. We did everything else. All right, cool. Let's move that to the next day. Let's make sure we get that because we're not stopping until we get it. That's how you gain trust with yourself. And lastly, boundaries. You got to set the boundaries with it. You got to have boundaries. If you have boundaries, you control who come in and out your life. If you don't have boundaries, anybody could come in and out your life. If you don't treat people how to respect you, if you don't treat people how to come at you, if you don't treat people how to treat you and love you, they're going to treat you and love you however they want you to. And that comes with not trusting. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to tarnish that trust that you have for them because you're not teaching them how to love you. We have to teach people how to love us with action, not just with words. I could just say, hey, I need you to teach. I need you to, at 7 a.m., man, that's my me time. Don't call me then. Somebody call you at 7 a.m. and you answer, yo, what's up, man? Oh, man, you was just full of it. But when somebody call you at 7 a.m. and you done told them and you don't answer, and you're like, yo, I told you 7 a.m. It's my me time a couple hours later. All right, cool, I see it. Right? There's just an example. You gotta put yourself in situations to where you're allowing yourself to make people trust you because you trust yourself. I don't know what I meant by that. But you have to trust yourself. That's what I meant, basically. First thing first, cause of trust issues. It can be stuff. It's simple, like I just said. Things you can control, things you can't control. Right? The things you can't control, you need to control. You need to control what you say. Hey, if you don't want to go to that function, stop saying you're going to go to that function. You lie, like, if you say you go do it, do it. And it's not even for them, it's for yourself. You're teaching and telling yourself, I'm going to do whatever I say I'm going to do. So now you're not just going to say anything. You're not just going to say anything because you know you value yourself on a different level. Simple, right? The signs. You got trust issues. You overthinking. Stop overthinking. I'm a natural overthinker. I just grew up with a lot of things I couldn't control that caused trauma, like and trust issues. But that's okay, right? Because I realize it. It'd be different if I didn't realize it and didn't understand it and then move it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if you do realize it and you don't move differently and you just stay in it and you allow it to be a crutch, that's whack, man. You're not gonna get nowhere in life. You're a person who like, man, it used to be a game called Apex. You just hop on the train whenever it was moving. That's what you're trying to do. You're just trying to find something that's moving already and hop on it so you can get to the next place. No, man, you got to create your own car, create your own system. You got to create it for yourself, man. Nobody's going to do it for you, right? Signs you got trust issues. Things you can and can't control. Stop overthinking. You're overthinking. Stop overthinking. Or if you know you overthink, figure out why. And don't put yourself in a situation where you have to overthink, right? Lastly, overcoming trust issues. First things first, trust yourself. Trust yourself. If you don't trust yourself, how can you trust somebody else? How? How can you trust? How can you really get the full experience of life if you don't even trust yourself? You're not even giving yourself an opportunity to trust anybody else, right? It's life. You learn so much from it. Like, you have to trust yourself. How do you trust yourself? By setting boundaries and living and dying by them boundaries, no matter how it is, right? You got to make sure your boundaries, it correlates with trusting yourself and understanding that your self-worth is super important, right? So first, cause of trust issues, we know what that is. It stems from things we can and can't control, right? That's okay. We just got to understand the signs, right? That got trust issues. That's overthinking. That's not knowing how to move with certain things. And then lastly, overcoming trust issues. We overcome trust issues, right? How do we do that? With boundaries, and most importantly, trusting ourselves, right? Simple, y'all. We out.